Rechecking the lore, there are spoilers. Chapter 1, A Tight Squeeze. As an ex-employee of Playtime Co., you finally returned to the factory many years after everybody within disappeared.
You are about to see the most incredible doll ever invented. Her name is Poppy, and she is the first truly intelligent doll in the world. A little girl can talk to her. Poppy gives her answers. She is the first doll actually able to have a conversation with a child. Hard to believe? Just watch.
Poppy Playtime!
Poppy's as lovable as a real girl, and she talks like one, too.
Hi, my name is Poppy. I love you.
Am I hallucinating or her mouth is really moving?
Can you help me polish my shoes?
Why, of course, Poppy. Just like a real girl, Poppy always wants to look her
It
best.
surprises me that she didn't get freaked out over a crack on her face now.
Perfect! Thank you.
Her hair is sturdy and won't come out when you brush it, and smells just like a poppy flower. Is there anything else you'd like to say, Poppy?
People said she was expensive. Did the super rich customers curious and brave enough to dissect their own puppy? They didn't need to worry about no warranty, right? They could just buy her again, right?
I'm a real girl, just like you.
What's the time?
Playtime!
And if you've ever wanted to see how all of the nation's favorite toys were created, Playtime Co. is now offering factory tours at just $2.99 a person. An entire hour in the most magical toy factory on Earth. What are you waiting for? Come visit the factory. We can't...
The developers added this part too, right? Maybe to give a clear clue to the player about her and who's the flower, and maybe for the copyrighted reason too. Everyone thinks the stuff disappeared 10 years ago. We're still here. Find the flower. Who was the writer and sender? Poor grammar, still young, and poor education. Pretty good at drawing, perhaps bleeding or after eating. Knew Bobby is the key to change the horrible situation. Knew the player still alive and home a dress, capable of not attracting humans' attention. Or maybe this is just some kind of a test from the prototype for the player and or Poppy. If this is still canon and PW really is the player. Wanted to quit originally at 3/8/1995 but had been persuaded to stay. New playcare schedule at 8/8/1995. New batch of orphans. But he didn't like what he's been doing, so he called in sick to run away from that responsibility. The date on orientation notebook ends there, maybe because he didn't have a future plan for this depressing job, or maybe he left it in Playtime Co. If there were military vehicles, there was supposed to be an army trying to investigate and then fighting the toys. So what was the result? Did people leave this place alone because the trespassers always went missing? Or maybe the government and army got connection with Playtime Co.'s higher-ups and then trying to keep the truth from citizens because they need those experiments to be their soldiers for future wars. So what are the players' motivations to be back in here? Guilty of leaving his fellow employees, haunted by guilt from his work, searching for the loved one. I wonder if he was so desperate and trying to avenge himself before, that's why he has always executed Poppy's plan without protest.
Hi, my name is Leith Pierre, and I'm the head of innovation here at the Playtime Co. Toy Factory. If you're seeing this, then you're trespassing. Yeah, we play this little tape on loop whenever we close the factory for the day. So, trespasser, just to make you aware, while we pride ourselves primarily on our high-quality toys and excellent child care, we also pride ourselves on our security. For example, this facility is full of hidden motion triggers, which, once set off, will turn on the factory's emergency alarms and directly contact the authorities. And that's one of the more tame aspects of our security system. No spoilers.
About contacting the authorities, is it only for the inside Playtime Co? Something like Huggy suddenly came after the player at Chapter 4?
So, you've got my warning. It's not too late to turn around. I just hope that you're certain whatever you're doing is worth it.
So the player truly is desperate? Forgive me, I'm a 99% noob gamer. I can't even walk properly in here. Ron is somewhat special to some of the employees. Is he more important than we thought? These boxes look like something came out of them, but there's no way this company was selling living toys whom can bleed if they wanted to avoid lawsuits, right? Well, maybe the young living toys took the non-living toys as their real toys. There's blood here though. Hello, Dr. CCTV. Someone said her eyes are following the player. Is that true? Honestly, I have no idea. Sometimes I think she's an experimental gifted kid and has some kind of power with her eyes. By the way, what kind of play? Sometimes she reminds me of Rapunzel. They got isolated, wanted to go outside from their cages, some random man freed them, and then the parents wanted them to go home. Well, maybe the developers just wanted to make her more suspicious in a truth or a trap way. Use your grab bag responsibly. I want a game feature when the gamers are trying to slap, kissy, puppy, etc. But then this time the grab bag's gonna injure and kill them. Well, for some reason the player hasn't break anyone's neck with this, so I guess he's using it responsibly. Or maybe he's just too smart to be playing around and understand to not damage the dangerous tools. Puppy doll, a non-living version. But puppy products are supposed to have a listening doll technology and have conversation with kids. That's their selling point. This questionable secret even makes BW confused. Our tradition. Huggy Wuggy 1984 until Playtime Co. has designed hundreds of distinct toys, but none connected with people more than that of Huggy Wuggy. Our founder Elliot aimed to create a toy which could hug you forever, as it always drew Playtime Co.'s four-step process to creating the most lifelike toys was a success. With a bit of string and polyester, our lovable blue ball Huggy was brought to life. Huggy Wuggy has gone on to be Playtime Co.'s most popular and best-selling toy so far. See, it came from inside to outside of the toy box. Isn't it too risky to sell this? Testing Chapter 2, Innovation Laboratory. Chapter 4, Theater Project Playtime. Cafeteria, not yet. So why did Huggy give the player the key? Where did he hide it before? Was an invisible creature suddenly give it to him? The explosives must reach this floor if they want to destroy all of the samples. Remember, do be kind to others, show up on time, not hide behind doors to scare Leith, Pierre, don't stay past 8 p.m., misuse company time, tamper with machinery, enter innovation wing without authorization. Huggy slammed the door. Wait a minute, who paid the electricity bills? Or maybe they're using solar panel or anything similar. Probably the doctor opened this door for Huggy. The fact that the player didn't leave from here after seeing that means A. already knew Huggy is an organism, B. got used to Huggy's obedient side, C. desperate. So is he BW? But if he's a scientist, he should have known how dangerous it is if Huggy isn't in his calm mood. This is less likely because of the guilt haunts you and many other things, but if the player isn't a scientist, well, maybe he's a dumb adventurer who thought someone put a prank on him.
Huggy says, remember to take breaks. Breaks longer than 10 minutes are not permitted.
Handle with care. Shipment is highly fragile. Do not drop.
Okay, so how to open this door?
Rich, where are they keeping the Huggy boxes?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Remember when maintenance last did a sweep of this place?
No.
Exactly. Nobody in this stupid company knows what they're doing. Oh, I swear I haven't seen a single box in its place since they started flooding the storehouse with orphanage junk.
Right.
I get it. It's a nice program and all, on brand, but it's just hard to be happy about it when manufacturing's on our necks about it, because we can't find stupid Huggy boxes!
Rich.
You're right. You're right. It's for the orphans. I just wish there were less boxes. Anything less would be more habitable. Is that even a word? Habitable.
Personally, I don't think Rich is the player because of the memories when he was hallucinating. We'll talk more about this at future videos, which is probably took me 2 months of recording and editing for each video. But if Rich is the player, what kind of sins have been done so that he felt guilty and someone said he must atone for it? My poor grammar, help! Well, if Rich isn't the player, what role is he playing? Because his role is in every chapter. If a character is the one who plays all of the VHS tapes, it means that the character knew Rich is somewhat important to the player. It felt like the player is a shorty. I thought it was 175 until 180 cm. Is the storyboard design still canon? No wonder the doctor couldn't recognize the player. He couldn't even see his face. And how big are the fans anyway? Noob gamer trying to figure out how to jump on this thing. So the red one is shorter. Thinking so hard, I'm too dumb to be the player. Got dizzy, bye. Playtime Co. Fostering Happiness, Adopt an Orphan Today. The Playtime Co. Foster and Adoptive Care Initiative strives to create permanency in the lives of orphan children by recruiting adoptive and foster parents within our own organization. We encourage all Playtime Co. employees to take part in our mission by fostering or adopting an orphan child. Participating employees may be eligible for additional benefits. This initiative helps children not only in the Midwest region, but also orphans around the world. Every child deserves a chance at a new life.
So, Stella, what made you want to work at the Playtime Co. factory?
Playing with toys when I was young was so magical. I could go straight from my bedroom floor to anywhere in the world. It was such a great feeling. And being able to work at a toy factory, somewhere that can provide kids with that same experience, that's a pretty great feeling too. Sometimes though, I really wish I could go back. To being a kid, I mean. And it's weird, because adults are just kids, but older. I don't think anyone ever really feels like an adult, but your body just gets older and older, and then you die. Poof! Human bodies just can't stay young forever. There's things though, like some trees that can stay alive even while being way older than a person. I mean, the oldest people to ever live are still younger than those. So I guess everyone is always young relative to something. Right?
Alright, I think we're getting a little off track.
Make a Friend 1960. Our founder, Elliot Ludwig, was a visionary. He set the stage for all of Playtime Co's greatest feats. Yet, of all the amazing things that he created, the Make a Friend machine is one of the most creative, impressive, and advanced. It is solely responsible for nearly every Playtime Co. toy sold on the market to this day. All it needs is to be fed the proper parts, and it will then paint, assemble, and do a quality inspection of the toy all on its own. Gone is the need for complex sorting or back-breaking labor. This machine can do all that and more. Divine more, and Elliot must have been very genius at many things, huh? Is this thing an organism too, or is it just one of the security systems, like maybe camera with motion sensor? Huggy was only stalking, so why attacking now? A. The prototype finally ordered him to do so. B. He was specifically ordered to guard around Poppy's area. C. The player made another toy. D. He loves playing with his food. The gamer didn't know how to run and then panicking by freezing on the spot. The doctor will like this human is so dumb. I accept my death. I'm here just to vibe with the lure, not fighting the enemies. I don't even know how to turn my neck properly. Why did I hope?
searching how to not get lost in this maze. Still don't know how to run. I thought they made the player couldn't run in this section, and I've prepared some random crazy theory for it, and it turns out I'm the problem. As a YouTuber gaming watcher who loves mystery books, I absolutely love these test screens, but as a noob gamer, I'm starting to get annoyed by it. Called for help, but he didn't answer for now. Yep, you cannot win this fight without knowing how to run in a game. And yep, you cannot win this fight if you can't even walk properly in the game.
This isn't good for my peace-loving heart. Rage quitting, trying to sleep, and then my brother's finally here. Trial and error is a must in a game, but I give up easily. Me, not my brother, of course. My bro said he didn't need a guide, but I kept giving him spoilers anyway.
I was confused. Now we know the doctor is the one who could open and closing any door. He loves toying with the player.
1. The Hour of Joy has saved the living toys from another experimentation. 2. But Poppy wouldn't kill in that event because she thinks all people don't deserve to die in a horrible way. 3. That's why the prototype's worshippers think she's on the evil employee's side, thus can't be trusted. 4. The prototype locked her up in a case and gave orders to not free her. 5. The Finchwell toys agreed to let her die there, so they're gonna kill whoever trying to save her. Questions. 1. Even if Poppy has a brutal side, how is that easy cut crack little doll gonna hurt someone? 2. So the toys knew Poppy is Elliot's daughter. We're gonna talk more about the detail of Poppy's lore for the Hour of Joy at my Chapter 4's gameplay, maybe 6 months later, if I could remember.
Final log. In relation, experiment 1006, the prototype.
What if this wasn't really his final log? What if this was the theory incident and not the Hour of Joy? Why is this exact scientist always in every chapter? He's not just a representative and must have been important for the lore, right? Is there any chance that the player, the scientist, and PW are the same person? PW said that portal launch has saved him once before. Well, the fact that there's no writing in this tape means it really is his final log. Or maybe this thing wasn't so important anymore because it turns out he didn't get killed.
Coordination and cooperation is evidently within his skill set, as well as the skill set of all other experiments of his type. Though still missing, today's events are no doubt in relation to him. His absence was a flaw in the scientific process, which should have under no circumstances been left unaccounted for. That's why I'm making this log, so that the same mistake won't be made twice. Any future experiments will need to be contained and disposed of in a secure location. I'm not worried about myself. One breakthrough and I'll be back.
So, if some of the higher-ups could escape the Hour of Joy, what are they planning with their new laboratory now? Maybe they're gonna need Poppy alive because she's probably the most ideal experiment they've ever had.
We must forge onwards in the name of science, whether those who are beneath us understand it or not. End of...
Huggy slammed a door, ran towards wherever the scientist was. The scientist turned off and saved the record, so could Huggy find and then kill him? Maybe they got hanged by the prototype himself because they ignored his warnings and then used them as an example to what will happen to the heretics. This place is too dangerous, that's why the safe haven toys couldn't find her, because whoever got the job to search for Poppy in her own house, they're probably all dead by now. So it means that the prototype let the player live for something. Whoever trying to save Poppy, they're gonna get trapped and can only leave from the way they came. Did she and her besties love to talk about books? What's her favorite genre?
Ew, so dirty, but why only these?
No ventilation around here, so how did she end up there in chapter 2? She couldn't move the cupboard and other heavy things, right? Did she got helped by someone giant? Is all of this really a trap for the player? Or maybe the developers didn't think it through and I'm just overthinking this? I really love cute but creepy dolls. Maybe that's why this game is so special to me compared to the others. So if the developers wanted to keep my interest, maybe try to make this kind of character again, well, with variable characterization, of course. Only red lamps, no puppy gas. Don't mind me, I'm just trying to see her full model. So I finished watching Bioshock Infinite's gameplay, and yeah, PPT has many similar plot points with that game. if they're still gonna follow the pattern. 1. Protagonist promised something to the heroine, and time is important to decide either she's gonna be an obedient daughter in a very bad way or not. If the player failed to save Poppy and she's disappointed, Poppy is gonna be an evil leader and destroy the world or something like that. 2. The antagonist wanted to capture the heroine to do some kind of experiment related to her power. Well, the most popular theory is Poppy's dying and the prototype wanted to save her. If Poppy has superpower, maybe it's related to immortality, reviving dreams and or eyes. The prototype's gonna ask the player's help to cure Poppy because why would the developers upload Poppy Playtime maintenance VHS tape as their first video on YouTube? And some of the player's suspicious behaviors made me think that he's gonna agree to make an alliance with him. 3. Protagonist and antagonist are the heroine's father and they're basically the same person. 3 of them are the main keys for these current events. It could be happen if the clone theory is right. We'll talk more at chapter 2 if I could remember. But the doctor should have remembered Elliot Ludwig's face unless the player got face surgery. Still, I think the player isn't just a random poor passerby who got involved in this egoistic family situation. Personally, I think he's much more important than we thought. Even more important than presumably the only survivor of one of maybe dozens of scientists. Bioshock Infinite's plot twist after plot twist after plot twist made me confused, so feel free to correct or add something.
You opened my case.
Is there even enough Poppy gas residual in that case to make the player passed out? So, can Poppy control the light? This room's lighting was red when she was sleeping and then flickering when she was starting to wake up and then it's off when the players woke up at chapter 2. Or maybe this kind of creepy doll is the player's main weakness, so he got jump scared, blinking rapidly, and then he got a heart attack, so he passed out. Wake up Poppy, get up prototype, does it mean they both can revive someone? From the Safe Haven's drawings, white aura is for Poppy and red aura is for the prototype. But the thing is, in these videos on YouTube, the white text are slowly turning into red text. So whoever's talking to the player, that person is slowly getting more angry to him. Sometimes they sound like Poppy, prototype himself, catnap or other worshippers, scientists, etc. What if all of them are the prototype because we knew he loves repeating other people's lines? And maybe the white death screens are replaced by the red ones after we died many times because the prototype's getting more annoyed by us. Personally, I prefer if only 1% the prototype can talk to us in here because it's gonna make him more special and powerful. Stay, they need help, get up. Well, it's either the developers just wanted to make the clues harder for us to find or someone's being mysterious for some reason. Maybe the prototype because he doesn't include himself, or maybe Poppy because they're both somewhat similar experiments in some ways. More lives are at risk than just yours. Get up. Basically, the speaker wants the player to not be a coward. Who needs help? 1. Presumably the new batch of orphans. Maybe they're in status condition and slowly dying now. 2. The living toys. They've got tortured enough by experimentations, hunger, and war since their childhood. 3. If the player failed the mission, maybe there are gonna be another laboratories like this in the future. Don't die just yet. Get up. It's not your time. Get up. It's too early to die. Get up. The speaker doesn't mind if the player died, but at least not now, because it's still chapter 1. Experiment 1006, isn't he wonderful? Innovation is key. Thank you, science. Sounded like something the doctor and other scientists would like to say, but why they didn't end up with the get up thing? Maybe the speaker's saying this just to mock them? Well, the doctor's probably much more amazed of the prototype than Poppy, but who's the true successful and an ideal experiment between them in an objective perspective? Well, if you want a companion to have a warm chat, it's probably Poppy, but if you want a multi-talented soldier as a war criminal, it's probably the prototype. Death isn't permanent. Get up. The presumably maniac version of Poppy said the player is perfect. If she knew the player died many times, she wouldn't be saying that, right? So whoever said this knew the player died and then resurrected him. So maybe the prototype? I need you alive. Get up. If they're still gonna follow Bioshock Infinite's plot points, then the prototype wants to do something with Poppy. Well, if the player is VW, his devil could help with the Poppy maintenance or whatever surgery thing. Don't let them inside. Get up. It means the player must not let them eat him alive, just like what they've done with Dogday and what Mommy had said to him. Limon? Limon! My overthinker brain thinks this Spanish lemon could be a key to be the prototype. Lemons, due to their high citric acid content, react with many metals, including aluminum, iron, and copper, leading to corrosion leaching of metal particles into the liquid and potential contamination or an-off flavor. This reaction is most problematic with less stable metals, but even with some stainless steel, acidic liquids can cause usage, making it best to store or serve acidic foods like lemon juice in glass or plastic containers. Bonus, Noob Gamer finally knows how to run in a game. But she still doesn't know how to move her neck in a game. Thanks for watching. Next videos might be many months later, I don't know. Bye.